Hello YouTube. Today's video is going to be on Archangel Raziel. Archangel Raziel is the angel of mysticism, divine magic, esoteric information, and psychic abilities. His name means secret of God because he works so closely with the Creator that he knows all of the secrets of the universe and how it operates. Raziel can help you understand esoteric material, manifestation principles, sacred geometry, quantum physics, and other high-level information. He can also open you up to higher levels of psychic abilities and increase your ability to see, hear, know, and feel divine guidance. Like a divine wizard, Raziel can also assist you with manifestations. Archangel Raziel is very loving, kind, and intelligent. His presence can seem subtle, but as you invoke him over time, you'll become aware of his positive influence in your spiritual practices. He doesn't like to overwhelm you with too much information, so it may seem little at first, but as you grow, the information will become vast and highly advanced. Be prepared. Archangel Raziel comes to us at an appropriate time. Raziel would be a wonderful teacher for those who truly are seeking to widen and expand their intuitive knowledge and abilities. I would go there and say expand their consciousness, because that's one of the main things that Raziel will eventually bring to you, is an expansion of consciousness, because that's what we are, is consciousness. That's where all of our abilities and knowledge and intellect and history, all of it comes and resonates in our consciousness. I have always, my whole life, been very drawn to a hidden truth, greater knowledge, expansion of my mind and consciousness and spiritual um, path, and I never understood really why or where that came from. It could be hereditary, it could be just, the path that I was given, or upbringing. A lot of different things could factor into it, but I have always felt a very close kinship with Raziel. In my previous video about the archangels, some of the higher ones, Gabriel, Michael, Uriel, Raphael, each angel has their own forte, their own department, and um, their own ability to help you in certain ways, and I've always clicked here um, with this archetype of angel. So let's get into a little bit deeper about what Raziel is doing. Like I said, Raziel means the secret of God. He's an archangel within the teachings of Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah, Judaism, but also just Christianity, basically all of Christianity. So he's associated with mysteries and the keeper of secrets. He is associated with the Sephiroth Chakma, the second of 10 in Beria, one of 4 worlds of Kabbalistic theory. Now, the 4 worlds, if you don't know, here's a quick rundown of what that is. It will come in later. The 4 worlds, sometimes within with a prior stage to make 5 worlds, are the comprehensive categories of spiritual realms in Kabbalah in the descending chain of existence. The concept of worlds denotes the emanation of creative life force from the Ein Sof, divine infinite, through progressive, innumerable tismit zumim, tismitzim, concealments, veilings, condensations. As such, God is described as the most hidden of all hidden, and Olam is etymology related to and sometimes spelled as Helam, meaning concealment. This is the Hebrew right here. This is the Hebrew that. While these dimmings form innumerable differentiated spiritual levels, each a particular world realm, nonetheless, through the meditation of the Sephiro, divine attributes, this Sephiro, you will hear a lot of that word in correlation with other things, but 5 comprehensive worlds emerge. Higher realms metaphorically denote greater revelation of the divine or light. In more open proximity to their source, lower realms are capable of receiving only lesser creative flow. The worlds are garments of the Ein Sof, and Hasidic thought represents their reality as only apparent to creation, while from above the divine infinite fills all equally. As particular Sephiro dominate in each realm, so the primordial fifth world, Adam Kadmon, is often excluded for its transcendence, and the fourth subsequent worlds are usually referred to. Their names are read out from Isaiah 43:7. Every one that is called by my name and for my glory, emanation, close, I have created, I have formed, even I have made. Below Isaiah, the lowest spiritual world is Isaiah Gashmi, physical Isaiah, our physical universe, which enclose its last 2 Sephiroth emanations, Yazad and Malkut. Collectively, the 4 worlds are also referred to as Abiyah, after their initial letters, as well as the functional role each world has in the process of creation. They also embody dimensions of consciousness within human experience. Okay? We're not going to get too deep into this right now. Here are the 4 worlds. And as you saw them there, each one has a different path and a different um, level of consciousness or experience or knowledge as you go through and walk the path of mystery, magic, conscious expansion, wisdom, maturity, all of everything that brings you to an ultimate ascended state of enlightenment and um, oneness with divinity and yourself. Um, so let's back up a little bit now to Raziel, mysticism and tradition. Various teachings assign Raziel to diverse roles, including that of a cherub, which is the type of angel that Raziel is. He's a cherub, is the unearthly being who directly attended to God according to Abrahamic religions. He is there's Sephiroth, Sephirim, cherubs, thrones, dominations, principalities, several levels and hierarchies of angels. This is the type of angel that Raziel is. A member of the Ophanim. The Ophanim, or the wheels. This is the level that Raziel is. It is also called Galgalim, spheres, wheels, whirlwinds, singular, refer to the wheels seen in Ezekiel's vision of the chariot, um, the level that he operates at, or I define it, he has a masculine energy, so I say he, but there's really no gender in angels. Um, he is the chief of Erelim, which is Ariel, or um, this is his like title as far as the angel hierarchy goes. Raziel, under the alternate name Galazer, Revealer of the Rock, is described as the ruling prince of the second heaven. If you don't know, there's 7 heavens. Okay, he is said to expound the Torah's divine wisdom and protects the ministering angels from the living creatures that uphold the universe. The living creatures, living beings, or Hayat, Chai, um, alive, are the class of heavenly beings described in the prophet Ezekiel's vision of the heavenly chariot in the 1st and 10th chapters of the book of Ezekiel. References to creatures recur in text in Second Temple Judaism, in rabbinical Merkabah chariot literature, and the revelation of the New Testament. So that's a whole different story there that we're not even going to get into right now. It's deep, different level of knowledge. Right now, we're just learning about um, Archangel Raziel, and one of the great and amazing things about this particular angel is his um, passing down of a particular book of knowledge called the Sefer Raziel Halmaka, Halmalaka, or there it goes by a couple of other names. But what that is the book of Raziel the angel. Interpreted to this figure is said to contain all secret knowledge and is considered to be a book of magic. He stands close by God's throne and therefore hears and writes down everything that is said and discussed. He reportedly gave this book, the book of Raziel the angel, to Adam and Eve. It was the first book that was ever given to man. It was the first writing that man ever possessed, and it was given to Adam and Eve after they were ejected from the garden and went through their fallout from being ejected. And once they finally settled a little bit, and they asked God to please give them the knowledge to of this world and how to live in it and to get by in it on a spiritual and um, esoteric level. How to deal um, with with being more than physical in this physical realm. How to attain a higher um, divine knowledge and spiritual attainment, an expanded consciousness, a path to follow to achieve, to ascend to higher than base physical consciousness that most people really don't even operate at that level. But anyway, he purportedly gave the book to Adam and Eve after they ate from the forbidden tree of knowledge of good and evil that resulted in their expulsion from the Garden of Eden so the two could find their way back home and better understand their God. Raziel's fellow angels were deeply disturbed by this and thus stole the book from Adam and threw it into the ocean. God himself decided not to punish Raziel, but instead retrieved the book by means of the angel Rahab and returned it to Adam and Eve. Because we have a kind and loving God that doesn't wish harm upon us. And God knew that the way Raziel laid out this book, it takes some reading and prayer and study to understand the mysteries. He didn't just lay them out. You don't. The reason why books like grimoires and magic books and books of greater knowledge are written in parables, or they have a lot of symbology and hidden, the meat of the word is a hidden, it's a mystery that you have to unravel, because there's a saying, don't cast pearls before swine. Not just anybody needs this knowledge or deserves the knowledge. Only those that are worthy and put the effort in and seek the knowledge. You have to seek to find, and you can't just, you know, you're not just going to be told. You have to go looking for it and you have to work for it, and you will find it. It'll be given to you. I have learned that in my studies of um, lots of um, path path work and books of greater knowledge and things of this nature. I'm being vague a lot because I don't, like I said, I don't want to get too much into certain things, topics in this video. This video is about Raziel. So, oh, where are we at here? Um, Brady considers this story not attested in the Bible to be a variant of the story of Prometheus in Greek mythology, which I don't agree with that. And the reason I don't agree with that is because of this book and the knowledge that's in it. Um, we'll get on to that. According to some sources, the book was passed on through the generations to Enoch, in 3 Enoch, believed to have later became the angel Metatron, which he did. He was taken up to heaven, one of the only two live beings that were literally taken without dying up to heaven and made angels, who may have incorporated his own writings into the tome. From Enoch, the Archangel Raphael gave it to Noah, who used the wisdom within to build Noah's ark. The Book of Raziel was said to have come into the possession of King Solomon, and a number of texts claiming to be this volume have recently appeared. In the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, Raziel appears as the patron angel of the Shadow Hunters, a society of Nephilim he created to hunt demons. Magdalena Lazarus, a descendant of the Witch of Endor. This is in fiction now. This is not canon or this is fiction, not nonfiction. And actually, I'm not even going to get too much into this because of that reason. But this is a good work of fiction. It does kind of stay on the path. In Robert Lewis's novel Angels and Jinn, Book 1, Raziel's shadow, Raziel comes to Earth to impart the secret of life, but is murdered by his own disciples who unleash a demonic horde upon the world. The book Prince Zerai and a band of Magi's quest to defeat the demons and resurrect the angel. Raziel appears as an archangel in another work, The Wind Sower, and several other places. Powers, principalities, thrones, and dominions of the American TV series Millennium. Raziel is referred to in a quote by Uriel and by Raziel: powers, principalities, thrones, and dominions, I bind and command you stand. He's a male character in a video game series. Constantine in Percival Constantine's Luther Cross series of urban fantasy novels, Raziel is an angel who acts as an ambassador to heaven and provides assistance to the main character. Let's see just what else is here. Archangel Raziel. Scarborough Tree of Life. Okay. Now, on to full Hebrew, only Sefer Raziel Amsterdam edition. Let's see what this one. Oh, don't think this is gonna be. No. Don't think that's gonna be what I'm looking for. Let's see. This one will take us to where we want to go. Raziel, the Book of Raziel. No, this is not gonna be. Collection of secret writings, probably compiled and edited. First part states that they were imparted by Raziel to Adam. It was driven from paradise. The third part says that they were communicated to Noah before he entered the ark. The book was engraved on sapphire stone and handed down from generation to generation until it, together with many other secret writings, came into the possession of Solomon. The Book of Raziel, however, was the best preserved of these works. Distinguished in three main parts: the Book of Ha-Malbush, the Great Raziel, the Book of Secrets, or the Book of Noah. These three parts are still distinguishable. After these follow two short parts entitled Creation and Shiro Kama. and after come formulas for amulets and incantations. The first part, which contains little but strange conceits ascribed to Angel Raziel, in which described the entire organization of heaven, was composed at the earliest in the 11th century, as is shown by both content and language and by the coined words and angel names, which number several thousand. Correctly compares the Book of Raziel with the Sword of Moses, also a book of magic. Curiously enough, the name Raziel occurs not once among the names of angels, of which there are over 1,000. The citations made in the middle portion of this work under consideration prove its comparatively recent date. Yeah, that was a recent work. So I tell you what, um, we'll go to one of my favored versions of the book, and we'll do a little overview of that. Oh man, oh man. I should have already had that up. I'm sorry, I apologize. Here's Raphael. Okay, we'll just go here to the old Google. To the old Google. And we'll go Book of Raziel. See if we can find one of the better, because there's a lot of renditions on this on the internet, and some are better than the others. And this is a decent one. This is not my favorite, but this is a decent one. It starts out and gives you the history, a little bit of it anyway. The angel Raziel delivered this book to Adam after 130 years of his repentance, which book contains Kabbalah by which they can cause angels, according to his month and his day, to perform miracles and cast out evil spirits, which occasionally enter in men, and it also contains the knowledge of conversing concerning the sun, the moon, and the stars, and to cause to be sick and heal again, and in it speaks of many other powers of the vegetable world, precious stones, fishes, fowls, wild beasts, foretell by means of stars, explain the rod of Moses, wherewith he performed wonders. This book is the best, in my humble opinion, book of magic there is. And I've pretty much been through them all at this point. Um, there's a lot of good ones. The pick of tricks is dependent on what you're trying to do. But if you want to get into serious divine magic, white magic, um, and the true, like, real secrets of um, the mysteries that are out there, this book will will give you that if you're seeking it. It has so much wisdom in it and so many different things it covers. It's not just limited. It goes through talismans, through um, it doesn't specifically talk about making sigils, but it goes through making talismans well enough. And if you, depending on the one you get, there is a prologue by Solomon, um, or an introduction in one of them that um, where he goes through, and before you get into the Book of Raziel, he has a long thing of other knowledge, esoteric knowledge, and how to purify yourself before you do some of these things, and what's the best way to um, keep notes about when you're studying the Book of Raziel that you would never find anywhere else. Um, just really cool stuff. Weird, just odd things that you wouldn't find in any other book of magic. And when you really get into this book and you start um, studying it and really getting into it, there's some deep hidden truths and revelations that will come about, and there's things that you know will just come upon you like knowledge that will be kind of like downloaded to you just by reading through certain passages. I think that you just unlock those by saying the words, even if you're just saying them in your head. Of these written words unlock hidden meanings in things. But I digress. It's just a very deep book. It could only be written by the angel of hidden mysteries of God, um and so things of that nature in the universe. Um, Blessed are the wise by the mysteries coming from the wisdom of reverence. The Torah is given to teach the truth to human beings of the strength and glory, honor the second off, the power of the highest and lowest works is the foundation of the glory of Elohim. The secret word is as milk and honey upon the tongue. Let it be to you alone. The teachings are not foreign to you. The book proclaims the secret of Raziel, but only to the humble. Stand in the middle of the day, without provocation and without reward. Learn the tributes of the reverence of Elohim. Turn away from evil and journey on the path to pursue righteousness. The secret is reverence of the Lord. The worthy go directly to the secret. It is written, only reveal the secret of El to serve the prophets. There are three secrets corresponding to the Torah of the prophets. All secrets correspond to these three. The first commandment is the first wisdom, reverence of the Lord. It is written, reverence of the Lord is the first knowledge. The beginning wisdom is reverence of the Lord. Corresponding to three wisdoms, it is written, of the outer wisdom, rejoice and build the house of wisdom with the secret of the foundation, like the cornerstone. Be wise by opening the heart to the secret. There are three kinds of secrets: the secret of the chariot, the secret of Genesis, and the secret of the laws of God, which are the Ten Commandments. These are made clear by the help of Shaddai. There are three kinds of reverence of heaven. They are reverence of the Lord, reverence of Shaddai, and reverence of Elohim. It is made clear that reverence of the Lord is to love the name of God and serve in love. It is written, man is happy to revere the Lord. It is not written here of reverence of Elohim, but only of reverence of the Lord. That's an important statement right there. It is written in the commandments to serve and love, desire to regard in the heart and keep the commandments. In the commandments it is said of the reverence of Elohim, revere Elohim, lest you come into the hands of temptation. Man is not to serve in temptation, of reverence before the king, not rising up by the name. It is decreed as it is written, Abraham was beloved. God spoke to him to lead his son. It is written, you know to revere Elohim. You know of love. No, it is decreed. Man is happy not to journey by counsel of wickedness. It is written herein, man is happy to revere the Lord. Show reverence to the heavens all the day. Regard love in the heart. The reverence of the heavens is in the heart at all times. Reverence of the purity of the Lord. Those giving reverence are loved by the Lord. There is much value in living in purity. Bathe in the glory of the light of Elohim. Go from darkness into light. Divided from those led astray. As the light shines down upon the sea, that is the reverence of Elohim who spoke to Abraham. From love, understanding was created by the love and reverence. 1,000 generations come after from the love. I'm going to stop right there because the next video is going to be a more in-depth study of um, the Book of Raziel and a little more history about it. This was mainly to let you know who Raziel was, and um, he's uh, he's an awesome angel, and you should really look into the angels and find out which angel resonates with you and is your archangel. Your guardian angel will be different, or it might not be different. It might be an archangel. Um, that's for you to find out. Have a good day.